All right, hello everyone. Today we're talking about lesson 10.8, equations of circles. So our objectives: write the equation of a circle, as well as be able to graph a circle on the coordinate plane. All right, so our key concept here, we're using equations of circles. So much like parabolas have quadratic equations, um, you know, lines have linear equations, exponential functions have equations for the coordinate plane. Circles do as well. So key concept here, equation of a circle in standard form. So the standard form of an equation of a circle with center at HK, so HK, that gives us the coordinate where the center of the circle is, and radius r, so r represents the radius, is x minus h, quantity squared, plus y minus k, quantity squared, equals r squared. So we can find the center of the circle, which would be that h and k value, and we can find the radius of the circle as well using this formula. All right. This is also called center radius form because it gives you the center, h and k, and the radius, r. So we'll use this standard form here. So example 1, write an equation using the center and radius. Write the equation of each circle. A, center at 1, -8, radius of 7. So we want to keep in mind here that the center is always the point h comma k, and in this case that ordered pair is 1, -8. Alright, so that tells me h is equal to 1, k is equal to -8. They tell us also that the radius, so r, is 7. We can use this. Now we're just going to plug in to that standard form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So if we substitute h, k, and r into this formula, we'll have our equation. So it becomes x minus, the h value that we're substituting in is 1, plus y minus, the k value we're substituting in is -8. So it's always use parentheses when you substitute. That's kind of something we really talk about a lot in Algebra 1. That continues here. Every time you substitute a value, you should use parentheses. Helps you keep track of signs a little better. Of course, this just becomes x minus 1 squared plus y. This has got a double negative, minus -8. That becomes plus 8 squared equals, well, 7 squared, of course, we can simplify that to 49. All right, and so this is the equation in standard form. Guys, notice when we had a center value that was a negative, that became a plus 8. That was a y plus 8. So that's interesting. That's because we have minus h minus k in that standard form. So keep that in mind. It's definitely noteworthy as we go through this section. Okay. So here they want us, we're going to write the equation of the circle graphed at the right. So again, what we need to write the equation in standard form, we need the center, which is the point HK, and we need to know what the radius is. So the point of the center here is graphed, that is 0, 4, h is 0, k is 4. The radius, well, we can kind of count how many units. We go 1, 2, 3. The radius would be 3 units. All right. So now we should again use standard form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So substituting h and k, x minus h is the x coordinate of the center, so 0 squared plus y minus the k value, that's the y coordinate of the center, 4 squared equals, substitute 3 for the radius squared. Now we're going to simplify. X minus 0 is just, of course, x minus 0 is just x, so this becomes x squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 3 squared is 9. So this is our equation in standard form. Notice again here, because the x-coordinate of the center was, so the h value was 0, that simplified, that x minus 0 simplified to just x squared. All right? And lastly, we're going to work here, example 2. We're write an equation using the center and a point. All right? So we don't have the radius here. We will have to find the radius. Write the equation of a circle with center at the hk value. The center is at -2, 4. But it passes through the point -6, 7. So this is a point on the circle. So if we're thinking, this is going to be a really rough sketch. If we're thinking of the graph -2, 4. In fact, that would be, there you go for it. Let's think. Be more looking at the, that quadrant there. So think -2, +4. Let's just call that our center. And then we've got a point at -6, up 7. So here's our point. Here's our center of the circle. Here's the point on the circle. So our circle would be going around the center. Okay. So this distance, that distance from -2, 4 to -6, 7, that would be our radius. So we've actually got to find the radius of this circle. And so we need to use distance formula, which, as a reminder, distance formula is distance equals x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. The square root of all that would give us the distance. So if we're finding the distance between these 2 points, do that here in red, that's going to give us our radius equals, so subtract the x values. So let's start with our center here. So -2 minus the other x value, -6 squared, plus the difference in the y value, so y2, 4 minus what the y value, 7 squared. So this simplifies to -2 plus 6, so that's 4 squared, plus 4 minus 7, that's -3 squared. This is the square root. 4 squared of 16 plus -3 squared is 9. This is the square root of 25, which gives us a radius equal to 5. Square root of 25 is 5. So there we had to, again, why we had to find the radius, because it wasn't given to us. We had to find the distance from the center to this point out here on the circle. So that gave us, we used distance formula to find the radius. All right, now we have the center, hk, we have the radius, we can write our equation in standard form. Again, standard form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So just substituting h, k, and r, that becomes x minus h is -2, that's the x coordinate of the center, plus y minus k is 4 squared equals the radius, which we found, 5 squared. Simplify, we got, again, double negative, so that becomes x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 25. Again, on this one, we want to notice, okay, our hk, we have that -2 as the x coordinate, and again, that produced the double negative, so we had an x plus 2. So that's, again, one of those things we really want to pay attention to. We can get tripped up and miss a lot of signs in these type of problems. All right, so let's continue here. We want to graph a circle if we're given the equation, we're not going to use this equation though, so I apologize. We're going to use our own equation. Let's graph this circle. X minus 4 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 9. So what do we need? Okay, we need the center to be able to graph it. So we need our HK value, and we need our radius. Okay? If we think about standard form, we're trying to identify H, K, and R. So our center of this circle, H value, so it's X minus H, so the H value would be 4. The K value, it's minus K, so we got to think the opposite because we have a plus here. So the K value would be a minus 1. And then 9 we got to think of as 3 squared. So the radius here would be 3. So this circle, this graph has a center at 4, -1, and a radius of 3. So anywhere 3 units, 1, 2, 3 units from our center in any direction, so above it, to the right of it, to the left of it, all of those points there that I've plotted are all 3 units from the center. The center 4, -1, I'll use green. All 4 of those points I plotted are all just 3 units, our radius from center. And so this can be pretty difficult to connect these dots and make a good-looking circle. You guys are certainly welcome to try. I'm going to try to cheat here and use the circle. So there. Yeah, appears to be a pretty good circle. These are going to be rough sketches for you all. I know they're pretty difficult to connect. In fact, I'll just give it my best effort to show you. I'm going to connect these and make a circle. Kind of even cheating because I've got the outline of the circle there. But clearly this can be very difficult to make the circle. So,
just a reminder that.
Apologize there. Got some announcements going on today. We're not going to work through this next example or even the last couple of problems. So we're going to finish up here. I am going to change up the assignment a little bit though. So we're not going to have 14 to 34 evens. We are going to, let me double check the textbook. I had it laid out. 10.8. I apologize here. Thanks for bearing with me. I'll also post this at the top of the page for the video. So we'll do 14 through 22. 26. We'll go 14 to 26. Evens. So, and thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.